Philippine error coins. An error coin is a coin that was manufactured incorrectly by a mint, many times called mint errors. Error coins come in scores of shapes, sizes and types. The sheer variety of minted errors adds excitement and uniqueness in collecting them. People who love error coins are at the opposite end of the perfection spectrum, though they often pay top dollar for their treasured damaged goods. Errors are coins that didn't turn out quite as the mint intended, with clipped edges, overstruck dates, and quirky imperfections. One of the many things that makes error coins so interesting is that they encourage the coin collector to become knowledgeable about the minting process itself, since all error coins are the result of something going awry at the mint. Error on US Philippine coins 190319 for 5 are quite popular and command better prices than the Republic coins because of their demand in the US. But recently, I noticed that unusual errors on Republic coins are commanding high prices locally when auctioned in social media and on eBay. So always examine your coins in batches of similar coins. For instance, check all of your 1 peso coins, and then the other coins. Your eye will get used to seeing each type after the first couple of coins, so you can quickly scan them once your brain has become familiar. The more dramatic the error or variety is, the more valuable it will be. Straight clipped blanket. If the metal strip shifts during the punching process and the punches overlap the straight side edge of the strip, a straight area of metal will be missing from the planchet. Curve clipped blanket. A misfeed can occur when the metal strip is fed through the blanking machine. The punches sometimes overlap the leading edge of the metal, producing a straight clip. Sometimes, the punches strike an area of the strip which overlaps the hole left by the previous strike, producing a curved clip. Sometimes punches strike the irregular trailing edge of the metal strip, producing irregular clips. Blank planchet. Planchet released without having been struck. BROADSTRIKE. BROADSTRIKE errors are produced when the collar die, the circular die surrounding the lower die, malfunctions. The collar prevents the metal of the blank from flowing outside the confines of the die. Broken planchet mint error. A broken planchet occurs when there's impurities in the alloy, causing a weakness across the length of the planchet. Usually this breakage occurs after the coin enters circulation, but that is not the rule of thumb. Indent. When a blank planchet partially overlaps another planchet in the striking chamber and gets struck, the overlapping area on the struck coin will exhibit a blank indented area from the other planchet being struck into it. Brockage. Occurs the same as an indent, except that a struck coin is struck into a blank planchet, leaving a mirror image impression, although often quite distorted due to metal flow. A UNIFACE strike mint error occurs when a blank planchet enters the coining chamber and rests on top of another blank planchet, then they're struck with the hammer and anvil dies. The bottom planchet will receive the reverse design but not design on the other side because of the planchet on top. And the planchet on top will receive the obverse design but not the reverse because of the planchet underneath. HUD. When a significant part of the edge of the die deteriorates and falls off the coin struck with this die, exhibit a raised blank area on that part of the design, sometimes called major die break. Double struck. This type of error occurs when a minted coin is struck again by the coining dies before it has left the coining press completely. This usually results in a partial impression of the coin over the previously struck image. Off-center strike. An off-center coin is produced when the coin is struck once, albeit off-center. Unlike a broad strike, the punch is not in the center of the coin, but rather the edge. This results in a coin which is not circular. The coin gives a freakish appearance as a result, and various amounts of blank planchet space are visible. The coins can vary in value because of how far off-center they are struck. Although coins with full dates are more desirable than coins without a date or missing digits. Lamination. Dirt and impurities in the metal of the planchet can manifest themselves as cracks and peels on the struck coin. Weak strike or die trial occurs when there is insufficient pressure from the dies to leave a full impression on the planchet. This can occur for a variety of reasons, but usually occurs when the power to the presses is turned off and the dies continue to strike coins with less and less pressure until coming to a stop. On such coins, all the detail, including the reading on clad coins, should exhibit extreme weakness. If the coin is simply struck through grease, some details may be strong and the edge reading will also be strong. Wrong planchet off metal. When a planchet is struck by a pair of dies that do not correspond to the denomination intended for the planchet, a wrong planchet error occurs. Off metal. Wrong metal. 1970 for 5 Sentimos struck on 10 Sentimos planchet Filipino series. Off metal. Wrong metal. 1971 25 Sentimos struck on 5 Sentimos planchet Filipino series. Wrong planchet. 1 Piso struck on 50 Sentimos planchet Filipino series. Wrong planchet. 25 Centavos struck on 10 Sentimos planchet Filipino series. Wrong planchet. 1 Piso struck on 50 Sentimos planchet Flor Fauna series. Double error. UNIFACE and wrong planchet. 1 Piso struck on 10 Sentimos planchet Filipino series. These are the types of coin errors that you may found in the coins.